Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and if this is your first time visiting the channel, it's nice to meet you. Welcome. Okay, what are we going to talk about in this video? This one's going to be a little more personal. It's going to be a little bit more about well-being and mental health and really about just common courtesy and kindness, because some of you may follow me on LinkedIn, and those of you who do will see that I posted a comment from this channel the other day, which was kind of nice, but then kind of wasn't. It really quite upset me. It felt quite cruel for that particular individual to say what they said. I didn't delete the comment. It's still out there. I don't want anyone to come charging to my defense and give this individual a hard time. I just responded as kindly as I could, because I never like to not respond to comments, even if they are negative. Usually the negative comments are about things that Microsoft are not very good at, the deficiencies in what they're putting out there. I'm a glass half full person for the most part. I like to try and focus on the good things that are there now, and yeah, sure, we always want new features, but they usually come in time with patience. But this individual said that although they enjoyed my videos and found them informative, that they found it distracting that I made a drinking noise at the end of each sentence. And apparently others had warned him about that being something that I did. But once he heard it, he couldn't unhear it. And fine, I very likely do that noise. It's and the reason that I probably do, for those of you who don't know, is that I have Tourette Syndrome. Now, if you don't know about Tourette Syndrome, it's a neurological thing, illness, disability, whatever you want to call it, which makes you lose control over your facial tics and twitches are a symptom of it, noises, sounds, and in many cases, which are quite common in mainstream media of portraying and educating on Tourette syndrome, there are people who have vocal tics as well, which means that they have no control over certain words and phrases coming out of their mouths, and that can be very embarrassing and debilitating. I'm not such an individual. I don't have problems with vocalization. I don't suddenly start saying random words in sentences. For me, it's more noises and sounds and tics and twitches, sniffing, coughing, clearing throat. And I've had this since a very young age. I remember quite keenly my mother telling a story of when I was in a school play. I wasn't actually playing one of the characters in the play. I was in the choir for this play. And one of the other parents had said to my mother after the play that she hadn't watched very much of the play itself because she couldn't keep her eyes off me and all of the facial twitches and sniffing and things that I was doing. And I guess that was the first time that I became self-aware that I did that sort of thing. I'm better at controlling it sometimes than other times, and sometimes I'm not necessarily aware that I'm doing it. When I'm particularly excited or passionate about something or nervous or anxious, I think I probably find myself doing it more. I wasn't even aware that I had Tourette's until about, 10 years ago now. I was diagnosed with it in 2014 finally, it was getting worse. Everything was just progressively getting worse. So I went to the neurology department at the hospital and they diagnosed me with Tourette syndrome, and they put me on medication for it, which didn't agree with me. It gave me, I tried it for quite some time. I gave it a good chance, but it affected my mood. It gave me very low mood, which is something I'm prone to anyway. As you all know, I share my ups and downs, my depression, my anxiety, very openly on this channel. I think that's very important. But I've never talked about this. I've never really talked about Tourette's and my journey with it. Probably because I'm very self-conscious about it to this day. I'm actually I get quite embarrassed by it sometimes. And what I'm thinking about doing, I still haven't quite committed to doing this yet, but for the remainder of this video, it's not going to be War and Peace, it's going to be short. I thought I might show to you a bit of the real me. I thought I might, because for the entire recording this video, I have no doubt I've done some twitches and tics and things, but I'm constantly trying to control that. And I am quite fortunate that I can apply a level of control to it. I know that is not necessarily the case for all people with Tourette's. Many people just have absolutely zero ability to control it, but I've always been able to do so. But when I switch off, when I'm relaxed, when I'm not focusing, when I'm just sat in my living room at home with my wife, because I'm in my safe environment, because I love and trust those around me and I know they know everything about me, I'll switch off that concentration. I become the real me. I sometimes forget that how annoying it can be. So what I thought I'd do for the last few minutes of this video, I would let go and show you what my Tourette's really looks like when I'm not concentrating, when I'm not trying to suppress it. So okay, let's do it. Here goes. So that's the first thing I wanted to do. I always want to clear my throat, and and you can see that I'm doing this neck thing now, and it may look completely put on and fake, but it's really not. It's and my eye twitches as well, and it's just very, very distracting when it's really hard to put into words how this feels, because you feel like you have to do these things, and again, I can switch that off. I can center myself and I can concentrate and not let those things happen. Almost, they're always slightly there, but if I really let go of it, it can take over. So, and there's a sniff, which I do a lot, and I don't know if some of it is actually the Tourette's and some of it is habitual stuff, but there's a noise, a throat noise, which I manifest sometimes, and it's the tics and twitches change over the years as well. I seem to have this neck thing lately, which and the more I'm doing this, the more sort of nervous I'm getting about it, and I actually jolt my head like that quite often, and made my phone wobble in doing so. So you see when I don't control it, and the more I talk about this, the more nervous I'm getting and self-conscious I'm getting, and I'm thinking right now, do I even share this? But I'm going to, so you can see how much I do hold back in my day-to-day life. So yeah, that's a. I'm going to try and control it again now. That's a sample of what I'm dealing with Tourette's, and it's sometimes worse than other times depending on other factors in my life. But yeah, it's a hard thing to talk about. Normally, I'm quite good at talking about the challenging things in my life, the journeys I've been through, and it's important to share these things. Tourette's is no exception, but I do feel a bit like a Tourette's fraud in many ways, because I know I don't have it as bad as other people who can't control it, can't suppress it the way that I can manage it. And I don't have the vocal tics either, which must be absolutely horrendously debilitating. It really must. Oop. Coming back again. Ugh. Get a grip. Try and control it. Try and breathe. Oh. So there you go. The real me. Masks off, and I just wanted to share that with you all. That was quite hard. It's quite hard, and I'm going to leave it there. But let me know if you've been affected by Tourette's, if it's something you have in your family, if it's something you have yourself, if you are able to control it a little bit, as I can when I put things into practice, techniques and concentration and willpower and good habits. Do you have the vocal tics? Let me know. But anyway, round up the video. Thanks for your support. Thanks for listening. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe. It's really quite upset me, this one. You can probably tell I'm not on my usual game and my usual flow, but I'm going to keep it all unedited. I'm not going to leave anything out because I thought it's important. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.